Let me begin by stating what for me is probably the obvious and what for most of you is the obvious, but which still needs to be stated. The Savings and Investment Union is the number one item that we're discussing on policy throughout Europe in the last months. If achieved, it will be the biggest political victory of a generation. The issue with it is that it's quite difficult to communicate and explain broadly because it decomposes into a series of very technical policy agenda items like the one that we're discussing today. However, our capability to deliver upon those agenda items quickly, at speed and at scale, will be the game changer for a generation. The second obvious observation for me is the role that the Commissioner, Maria Luis, is playing in this. I think she's showing leadership and that she's delivering results with grace and determination, and I want to openly thank her for that. Now, today we're discussing supplementary pensions, which has a very strong social component in this regard, not only a growth component with regards to the SIU, channeling savings into investment. This is something that broadly interests citizens throughout Europe. And just to briefly comment upon the two specific items that we're discussing, on the Directive on Institutions for Occupational Retirement Provision, I think that the approach is correct. It's a minimum harmonization approach where the sensitivities of member states, the sensibilities of member states are underlined, but at the same time, the standards are raised throughout the Union. We fully support the direction of travel, the focus on governance, risk management, and transparency. If I were to add a point here, we see scope to further refine the proposal to ensure that proportionality is applied in a more operational way, especially with regards to smaller funds, while maintaining the strong safeguards and strengthening protection in more complex settings, such as multi-employer schemes and cross-border arrangements, where the clarity of responsibilities is quite key. With regards to the second item, the revision of the regulation of the pan-European personal pension product, Greece supports the simplification effort, the effort to make it simple, cost-efficient and safe. We particularly welcome the measures to ensure that its tax treatment is comparable to that of the national private pension products. I think this is quite relevant for member states that have not developed the third pillar. In that context, improving commercial viability with greater flexibility in product design and distribution can help attract providers, expand choice, which for us should be a core priority, and support broader market uptake. We strongly also encourage continued attention to customer protection, which is quite important and quite pertinent. It's vital for confidence and it's vital to achieve scale. In this respect, I think it's important to ensure that the basic option includes clear, easy to understand capital guarantees and prospective savers receive appropriate advice so the product chosen is suitable for their needs and risk profile. Overall, well done, and let's move forward even more quickly.